Good morning and welcome to Parabolas video number 5. In this video, I'm going to do the first problem on the Parabolas practice number 1 worksheet. So I'm going to walk you through how this works, and hopefully that will make sense for you to do the other problems. So this would be like a typical test question. You'd be given a parabola and it would say find the vertex, the focus, the axis of symmetry, and the directrix. So the best course of action, in my opinion, is to draw a quick sketch. The pictures make it so much easier to see what you're doing, okay? And we know that because the parabola starts with y equals, this is going to be the typical parabola that opens upward, because we can see that our a value is going to be a positive 1. So just make a note somewhere that a is equal to positive 1. So we know the vertex is going to be at 3, 3. Okay, so the vertex 1, 2, 3. It's going to be here. And I know it's going to open upward, and I'm just worried about a rough sketch. I don't care about, drawing it to scale. So my vertex is the point 3, 3. And if you have trouble remembering, remember that y is equal to a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. And my vertex is always equal to hk when I am opening upward. So that's how I got the point 3, 3. Okay, so check, I found the vertex. Okay, now the focus point is next. The focus point is always going to be inside the parabola, somewhere up here. And again, I'm not drawing this to scale. But what I can see is to get to this point, I had to go over 3 units, okay? Now remember, the focus point is always going to be directly above the vertex. It's actually going to be on the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry, I can just sort of write out, it's going to be that x equals 3. Okay, so I can kind of get that. Now, the only thing I need to do is get the y value of my focus point. And the key thing you want to know and remember is that the distance from the vertex to the focus point is the letter p. And you also want to know that p is equal to 1 over 4a. Now, I did show a derivation of this formula in my physical notes. I didn't make an actual video on it. So you're welcome to look that up if you're curious about how I got that. Okay, so I can easily get p because I know that a is equal to 1. So p is equal to 1/4. So I know that this point is up 1/4 from this y value. So what I need to do is say, oh, what's 3 plus 1/4, right? Because I know this y value is up 3, I just have to add another 4th. So 3 plus 1/4, right? Let me call that 12 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is going to be 13 over 4. Again, no calculator, everything's in fraction form. So my focus point is actually at 3, 13 over 4. Okay, now the last thing on my list is the directrix. Remember, the directrix is the line underneath the parabola, and it's the same distance from the parabola as the focus point. So to get the directrix, it's also going to be a distance of p, and I have to figure out what this equation is. And it's going to be a y equals, right? Because it's going to be a horizontal line. So if my y value here was 3, I have to think about what's 3 minus 1/4, right? Because p is 1/4. That's 12 over 4 minus 1 over 4, that's 11 over 4. So my directrix is y equals 11 over 4. Okay, so my final answer would be the vertex is at the point 3, 3. The focus point is at the point 3, 13 over 4. The axis of symmetry is x equals 3. The directrix is y equals 11 over 4. I will see you in the next video where I will work out another example in this problem set.